Hey Libras, welcome back. All right, so Libras, because I have been moving and everything in my life has changed, I want to do a video where it's like since you've been gone kind of video, because I've been gone. So let's take a look and let's go from that perspective. Like what's been going on since there's been a parting of ways or since something has ended? What's been going on? A 10 of Cups, fortune, fulfillment. My. So since you've been gone, you've been finding happiness, you've been finding fulfillment, you've been finding a ton of success and maybe feeling lighter and brighter than you have in a long time. King of Wands, authority and challenge. Knight of Cups, romance and seduction. Wow. So Libra, what I would say is, since something has ended or since you've walked away from something, let's put it this way. If this hasn't happened, this at least has become an awareness that like, I'm jazzed. I get to have success. I get to have my doggies here. I get to have this kind of success and happiness. I'm attracting attractive opportunities into my life. I believe in love and romance again. I believe that there is some kind of like, there's a sensuality that I'm getting filled with again. I'm thrilled about this. Like my life is actually, or my mindset is shifting into this powerful like romantic, and wow, we also, it's not just about romantic, it's about balance. It's about, I believe that there can be long-term romance in my life. I maybe have just met someone who's restored my faith in that, or maybe I simply, after walking away from something that maybe was toxic, I've started to have that hope again, that faith again, that relationships don't have to be toxic, that love doesn't have to be hurtful, that real long-lasting love does exist, and I feel super balanced about it. This is after probably a long period of time of something that was exactly the opposite. It wasn't balanced at all. Now remember, swans mate for life, and we have a solo swan here, but a solo swan who's floating along saying, I'm going to have something amazing. And I know that. Again, because this is about harmony and patience on this Temperance card. Yeah, I completely believe that I will have an amazing romance. I believe that like seduction is fun. I believe that, love is out there, and that long-term love with the fun and the excitement of being with an open-hearted person, possibly with a, could be, doesn't have to be, but Leo, a Sagittarius, and Aries. There is fulfillment on the horizon for me. Now, birds are migratory, so this is like a return of faith that love is out there, and it can be amazing. And I am someone who will attract that kind of love into my life. This is incredible. Okay, so what's been going on for them since you've been gone? We've got Six of Pentacles, kindness and charity. We have the Chariot in the reverse. That's the absence of victory and success. And we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so first off, this individual is, this is kind of, it's a little, so this card scared me at first because what I saw was this orangutan, but I thought that was a serpent wrapped around it. The markings on it looked to me like a snake, but it's actually a kerchief, like a headscarf. But it's interesting because my first thought was that was a serpent. Serpents, by the way, represent change, represent major transformation. I feel like even the fact that this is actually a kerchief that's covering this person's head, it's a little bit like they're different. They're kind of like, it's a little bit of like subdued energy, right? Wearing something to like, not cloak necessarily, but like shield a little bit. Since you've been gone, this person seems to have shifted into this energy of, wow, I want to give in order to receive. Wow, the fact that there's kindness and charity, this person may have shifted into this energy flow where it's like, if they were not giving in the past, That's what they're thinking heavily about now. They're thinking heavily about how much you gave and how much they didn't. They're thinking about the lack. They're thinking about the lack of success, the lack of victory. They are actually, this card also has to do with balance. And in this case, this represents a huge imbalance. I feel like this person is on the exact opposite spectrum that our Libra is on right now. So since you've been gone, you took your good vibes and you're spreading them outward. It's as if you've ever had, like, say it's a really hot, stifling day and you step in front of a fan and it feels amazing. It's like the fan is now following you and the other person is just standing in the stifling heat and there is no cool breeze coming across them. The cool breeze is going with you. They're standing here in the stifling heat. That, or you could say you are the fan. What you're spreading out is something amazing and cooling and loving and beautiful. Your energy vibe is being projected not onto them, but external. And they're feeling the heat. They're feeling the discomfort. They're feeling, I'm not even sure of which way to move. They're kind of just like broke down by the side of the road here, sitting there in the heat, feeling like, oh my God, you're not coming back to like alleviate my discomfort this time or offer me assistance or give me all of that love, all of that energy anymore. And the reason I'm saying it that way is because they feel the loss of your empathy with that Queen of Cups in the reverse. They can sense that your gentleness, your kindness, your vibe is no longer being given to them. It's interesting how they can feel a loss of the empathy that you used to transmit to them. So my little dog is here right now with his head on my lap. So I have to say hi to him. 6 of Cups in the reverse. Since you've been gone, this person is acutely aware. You notice how we had 2 cards of balance. One is, wow, you used to give me a lot and I want to give to you now, but I am aware that I don't even think I have permission to come towards you, and I can feel that you've turned off your light for me, or your cool breeze is no longer gracing my life. Your empathy that you used to afford me and give me chance after chance after chance, you're not giving anymore, and you're not coming back. So since you've been gone, the blank spot that your energy left, or the cool breeze that you used to give this person and make them feel like you would still come through their mind, or your energy flow would come through their life, that has stopped. You know, I have this other image in my head of like a ship that's been sailing. Sorry, my tummy is growling. A ship that's been sailing out to sea, and the wind that used to fill their sails and carry them forward has just stopped. So it's just a ship that's sitting out on this flat, placid ocean and not moving anywhere. And they're just sitting there, and it's hot, and they're kind of running out of water here. And they know that you're not coming back in to be that breeze that fills up their sails. This could have been an ego boost. The fact that I'm thinking of it in that context of filling someone's sails. Since you've been gone, this person is pretty much like, they're a little bit just, like I said, broke down by the side of the road, or just out there in a placid sea with no wind to move them forward. This person's, I mean, to put it simply, they're stuck. They're stuck right now. The moon in the reverse. Illusion. A lack of clarity. They're not under any illusions as to how much value you brought into their life. They are very much aware. With this moon card, granted it's in the reverse, but you notice that we have an elephant that strangely is up on like this rock arch and like peering downward. Those memories, they're replaying everything that was said, everything that was done, every single thing. It's like this person was always trying to keep a distance while still trying to absorb your energy flow, but staying on the outskirts, but still trying to like get energy flow from you while remaining mysterious without giving full like their full intentions, but they wanted to always still have your energy available to them. It's not there anymore. You notice how the elephant's trunk is like reaching out, kind of like to suck up some more of that energy. Remember, I talked about it like you're the cool breeze, or you were sunlight for this person, that warmth. this elephant is still trying to suck up some of your warmth through memories. But even that, the memories are now tarnished with the fact that, wow, every time you gave me your kindness and I soaked it up, I didn't give you anything in return. Those, they are very much living in memories. But the more they rehash memories, the more it's like, wow, I had opportunity to have given in return and I didn't. They're having to replay kind of their mistakes instead of just replay those gentle things that you gave to them. It's a tough one for this person, because when there's no more illusion, sorry, my dog's bark just freaked me out. When there's no more illusions, we got Four of Wands, and this one also came out a little bit sideways, but enough in the reverse that I'm taking it in the reverse. This was the romance of a lifetime, right? This Four of Wands is our perfect, it's community, it's celebration, it's our perfect harmonious relationship. You notice how the shape of the flamingos actually makes a heart, the shape of their feathers. So in this, I'm sorry, my dog started to bark a little bit again. He's not used to the sounds of our new area that I live in now. We've only been here for 3 days, so it's all new to his ears. The shape of the heart, it's like in this huge dark jungle, there was this beautiful heart, this beautiful love, this beautiful shining bright opportunity, and that was the emotion that was given to them by our Libra. And it's like, wow, I can't go to that place in this big jungle of my life to get replenished anymore, or to know that love is sitting there in the big dark jungle for me to tap into from time to time when I need to feel special. I've lost that. Since you've been gone, this person is feeling it, and they are very, very aware of what's been lost. Again, when they go back to the memories of, there could be very specific memories that they have, very specific memories of, what you gave, or the warmth, or, like precise moments. Something about evening here. We see that this is evening. There could have been like an evening ritual that you guys shared, something that you did together, something that, there was a bright spot in the light. Maybe it was just, cuddling on the couch, watching something together. Because both of these cards have an element of a bright spot in an otherwise fading light environment. So I'm like, something that was, relaxing, or the way these two spent time together. That's a memory that they hold on to. And it's like, wow, that was a really special moment. But what I know now, what I focus on now, is the fact that moment is gone and it's not going to be recreated. Nine of Cups, pleasure and satisfaction. And here's a fox to depict this. This is unfortunate. This person is being faced, that moon card. Remember, all the big realizations are that I had the most incredible match. I had the love of a lifetime. And now that you're gone, what I realize is I was being sly. I treated this like something that I got to like sip that sweet, sweet nectar to satisfy my own self, but I never even thought about giving in return. The fox was sly. It was like, ooh, I got something special here. It makes me feel really good. It's like they thought, I'm so lucky that you don't realize how much good stuff you're giving to me and how much that satisfies me. They didn't realize the only reason you were giving that in the first place is because this was like how you are. This is the genuine love. All they had to do was reciprocate. Instead, they looked at it as like, I got the jackpot here. This is like somebody who finds like at a yard sale, they find something that's like really expensive or really great deal. And they think that the person they're buying it from, who's selling it for a quarter, has no idea what the worth of it is. They don't realize that the reason that person is selling it for a quarter is because they thought, you know what, I like this person. And, I don't need this. Let me go ahead and be generous and give them this item. I know they're going to turn around and resell it. And maybe they need that $250 it is actually worth. Instead of them recognizing that someone was just being generous with them, just giving because that's who they are. And instead of them saying, wow, I can't believe you're selling something this expensive for such a cheap price. Are you sure you want to do that? Instead of them admitting like, wow, you're amazing, they were like, ooh, this fool doesn't know that they're giving me, like basically something that's so valuable for only a quarter. I'm making out like a bandit here. It was all about what they were getting and not about, wow, this person is amazing. They're not greedy. They're not selfish. They're instead giving me something. You know what? This is a cool person. Let me make sure that I reciprocate. Let me do something in return, or let me at least give them the knowledge I can see what a generous person you are, that you're not doing this, because you're a fool who doesn't know what the worth of this item is. You're not giving it away because you don't know what you're giving. You're giving it away because that's the quality of person you are. This character here, now that you're gone, they're aware. With that moon card in the reverse, they are aware that they completely misjudged. They thought they were making out like a bandit by getting your energy. They now realize you were giving to them freely and allowing them space to reciprocate, but they didn't. But now they want to. Now that you're gone, they really want to, but they didn't. Okay, let's turn our attention back to the Libra's energy, where there is it, because it looks like the Libra energy has somebody new on the scene that is loving, somebody who is restoring the idea that, hey, I'm going to have this amazing mate, or maybe I've met someone who is sexy and fun, and someone who is loving and open-hearted, somebody that is super warm, somebody that is restoring my faith in relationships. I mean, we've got that Knight of Cups, we've got that King of Wands. Let's see here. Tell me more about that. We got Wheel of Fortune, we got the Hermit. This is so it's time now, right? The Wheel of Fortune is here because after a time period of our lead character, our Libra, has been solo for a while. They've been solo, and I think that they were giving this character space, like, hey, if you want to come back in and reciprocate, you could. I'm going to be working on me for a hot minute here, and in that time frame, if you wanted to come back in and offer something, that would be possible. So this Hermit card, because the Hermit card, yes, it's solitude, it's introspection, but our Libra character had been in this state of like thoughtfulness. Now I'm asking though about the new person coming in that span of time of thoughtfulness, and really like, I want to say, like, working up the energy flow to say, you know what, I am ready for somebody amazing. They've called in someone amazing. Could be a Virgo that they're calling in. Things have been shifting and changing. The reason that we have this King of Wands that is coming in for our Libra now, it's because they allowed time and space for cycles to really close out. They allowed time and distance. Like, I have this image of, if you've ever made taffy, you know how you pull taffy, and then at some point, if you pulled too far, the taffy wouldn't stick together anymore. You would be pulling it totally apart. I feel like that's what happened. There was like an energy flow where it was like, well, is this person going to, come back together? Are they not? And then finally it was like, you know what? I think that's it. We're separated. And I feel like that's what happened. And in this time and distance and space, that little cord got severed, even though there was an opportunity here for a long time for somebody to come back in. They didn't do it, but it allowed someone else to step up. And that's the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is, cycles go around and around and around. And then at some point, everything changes. And the person that was like on the like bottom where the rubber meets the road is now up at the top, enjoying not being the person who's bearing all the weight and doing all the work. And that's what we have shifting here. It's the reason this King of Wands can now be a part of this relationship or come into someone's life is because there was enough time and enough introspection done that it severed a connection. Enough time has passed that a tie has, we gave opportunity for someone to come back around and they didn't. And now that connection is severed, which is also probably why that person, this other character, feels that your empathy is gone. All of the space that you would have given for somebody to show back up, that the clock ran out. And since you've been gone, they are aware of that, because this is a different kind of gone. This is where it's a complete 180, right? And that's what the Wheel of Fortune does, is it turns. So where once upon a time they thought they were making out like a bandit, they're now aware, oh my God, that's all I was doing. I was making out like I got away with you giving me all that attention and love. I never realized I was given an opportunity to share and reciprocate. We could have both had something amazing together, but I didn't give. So the reason we can now have this giving character, this King of Wands, is because our Libra has shifted their thought process. They've done a 180 to say, I don't need to give people time to show me that they want to share energy with me. I am now calling in someone who is ready to give energy to me. So the Libra has also shifted their energy and done a 180. I'm not in isolation waiting for someone to show up. I am calling in that person. So interesting to see that we have a complete energy change here, and it is very much something new. So what's happening? What's our final showdown here? We got a Queen of Swords in the reverse. We have an Eight of Swords in the upright. We have the Tower. Look, losing this connection between this original duo, I do feel like there had been it was wasted time for sure, and it was hurtful. But our Libra's moved on completely. The person who's still stuck on this, they're really still stuck. That Eight of Swords is here. This is somebody, you notice all the butterflies. That's all the transformation. This character is watching the Libra move on completely, and they're downright frustrated. They're downright upset. They're upset with themselves. They're upset with, why didn't I change my behavior sooner? This Queen of Swords, they're sitting in like aggravation with themselves. But that was probably the only way they were ever going to make this transformation. To have all of this fall apart, this unstable, this Tower it's supposed to fall, because this kind of behavior was not sustainable. This person, if they continued to only be self-serving, they would never probably be able to really have a successful relationship. They would just keep walking around finding people to drain of their energy. So instead, they had to get to the point where they found somebody that was really amazing, who really had an impact on them. And then they had to experience the loss of the Libra on purpose before they were going to be able to have a significant change. Now, likewise, the Libra might have had to go down this road far enough to where they themselves got irritated with this person, and how stuck that person was, and maybe even said, you can stay stuck, you can continue to avoid giving to a connection all you want, but you see all these butterflies, that's me moving on, and you get to watch me go, because this storyline is over for us. I feel like, again, the Libra said, this has to end because you're not making changes, so I have to be the one who transforms. We can't change together because I can't make you, I can't help you if you don't want to join me. Now, this might have been said under no uncertain terms, and more importantly, this might have been said with a blockage, like, I'm going to go ahead and let you go now because you continue to behave in a certain way. So this is my last communication. We're shutting that off, and this is over. That's what we have here, is a closure, because there was lack of change, and it wasn't until the closure happened and the ending occurred that things, like, someone is actually reflecting on, wow, I lost you. You've really shut down your energy. You're not tolerating my antics. And not only that, but the Libra is ready to really let this go. Like I said, that taffy, it got pulled a little too far, and it's no longer that little glue, that little sticky, sweet candy, that emotional bond has actually been severed at this point. There was plenty of time put in and plenty of opportunity for this to have come back around, but it didn't. And now there's someone new on the scene. So this is a complete closure on the Libra's side, and this is a complete awareness that they lost the Libra on the other person's side. This person's reliving those memories, and all they're feeling is, wow, I don't get to build those memories again with you. What happens to them? Sorry, I know this is getting long. What happens to them? Seven of Pentacles, patience and persistence. You're the tiger. We have that tiger here. What happens to them is they may slowly start to work on themselves. They may also be thinking little by little, maybe they could try to win the Libra back. But this is kind of painstaking, one step at a time, that this person has to look at their life. But this may be the year that they start to change. And what happens for the Libra? Ace of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Swords in the reverse. It's interesting because we saw that amazing love coming in, but on the Libra's side, these are personal cards. It looks like, although we're excited and we're bringing somebody in, the personal choice to embrace this new love is up to the Libra, right? And it kind of looks like the Libra is a little bit confused, or maybe a little bit like, do I want to give my whole heart to this new character? It starts off as feeling really fun, really exciting, really sexy, but there is a little bit of personal, like, I'm a little nervous to give my whole heart again, is what this looks like, because these are personal choices, and these are, at minimum, these are delays in how much do I want to give. Am I sure about giving my whole heart again? So, you know, because that Ace of Cups is very much about emotions and intuition, and we see the gorilla, and we notice that we've seen like a lot of orangutans and monkeys and such shown for that relationship that fell apart. It may be that you know, the Libra is still kind of carrying a little bit of memories of like, hey, when I give my whole heart, I give the whole thing, but I know now not everybody has the capacity to give back. So maybe I slow it down and I don't just immediately give my whole heart to this King of Wands until some time passes. Because with this Ace of Swords, it's like, I want to be sure that I'm not entirely sure if this is a snow leopard. This could also be a lynx. Lynx have to do with secrets. I know, I feel like that's a snow leopard, but I could be mistaken. But this Ace of Swords, you know, should be about truth. But like I said, I can't tell what kind of big cat this is. So things are a little bit murky. And you notice how we have all of these flowers surrounding it. Like, wow, this smells really good. This looks really good. But I don't know, is this a tame little house cat, or is this a secretive lynx, or is this a snow leopard? Is this like a, you know, a dangerous predator or not? I feel like I don't know yet. So I feel like the Libra has learned to not just overinvest too swiftly. So that's the takeaway message for this, is that the Libra is totally ready to have fulfillment and happiness. They believe in that, but to warm up and totally trust again, it's a little bit like, hey, I learned the hard way not to just assume that someone who is, you know, new on the scene, I don't immediately give them my trust. I kind of let the trust build until I really know what kind of cat am I dealing with here. Is it a wonderful house cat, or is it someone who is, you know, here for a minute and gone afterwards? They already dealt with someone who couldn't seem to give, and I feel like the Libra gave a lot of time, a lot of opportunity. So it's a little bit like Libra is wiser now in how they allow themselves to invest. They don't overinvest until they know who somebody else is. That's what we have for the overall takeaway message of what each character gained out of this. So, all right, I'm going to leave that one there, you guys. Thank you again for hanging out with me. Thanks for your patience. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Mwah. Bye, guys. And I should be back to a regular schedule now. You guys will still be getting a second video this week, okay? Bye for now.